So the next most overrated health food trend is enhanced waters. The claim is that these supermarket shelves are filled with these bottles of brightly colored waters that are spiked with vitamins, herbs, antioxidants, and other ingredients with names like Defend, Rescue, and Focus. Some claim to stave off colds, boost alertness, or relax you, while others attempt to lure you with promises of weight loss. So, yeah, I've seen a lot of these, especially at Whole Foods. They've got like just shelves and like whole aisles full of these
I
drinks.
prefer smart water because my IQ goes over 200 when I drink
Oh
that stuff.
yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
It's great. Although my brain starts to hurt because it starts pressing against my cranium, it gets so big. So I got to drink
yeah,
regular water to get it back down to size.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's filled with electrolytes, which is good. So it's good to drink things that actually replace some of those essential substances in your fluids.
Yeah, along the lines of the smart water, they also make vitamin water, and they have these vitamin waters called Vitamin Water 10, and
Hmm.
they use stevia instead of a whole lot of sugar to sweeten it,
Nice.
and so they only have 10 calories, but they're really good. I mean, they have some just amazing flavors of that. So if anyone's looking for a good alternative to an antioxidant drink that's not filled with fructose and sugar and stuff.
And speaking of fathead, here in the overrated section, they have the advertised benefits are often overblown, according to the Center for Science in the Public Interest, an advocacy group that sued Coca-Cola this year over the, quote, deceptive and unsubstantiated claims, unquote, of its line of vitamin water beverages. So, yeah, the CSPI guy is hard at work cracking down on people that it doesn't like.
Yeah, and that's often not what it looks like on the surface. So they're trying to stop these bad people from making bad foods and making everybody unhealthy, but the actual result of that is the opposite.
Yeah, they have some explaining to do because they were the ones initially responsible for getting the trans fats to be used for like frying French fries and so forth.
Yeah, they don't really have a leg to stand on here with nutrition at all. So,
Lost all credibility.
yeah.
But they do make a good point that you don't want to get this water that's sweetened, which can be just like the juices we just talked about.
Yeah, and it's hard sometimes to tell because it looks so healthy and they have so many health benefits listed on the label, and it's easy to fall for it. But then when you look at the ingredients, it's like there's so many carbs in some of these drinks. And I remember when I first started drinking iced tea back in college, I got the Snapple,
Hmm.
and I thought they were so good. And I was drinking like a couple iced teas a day.
Oh, the sweetened ones?
Yeah, the sweetened
Oh
ones.
my God.
And yeah, later on, I found out like these things not only I didn't know they had caffeine in them either. I just thought they were really good tasting. So I'd drink them at night, and then I'd be up really late, and then the sugar, and I mean, it just
I'm thinking it was high fructose corn syrup, wasn't it?
it probably was. I mean, this is back in the 90s, so yeah, it probably wasn't even sugar. But yeah, the sneaky sugars and the sneaky carbs in these things will get you.
Yeah. So the recommendation is pretty good. You know, get your nutrients from foods or take a multivitamin and drink plain water. If you want flavor, add a slice of lemon to tap water or look for calorie-free flavor-infused waters,
Yeah.
which are kind of interesting, tasty.
Yeah. And then we've got miracle seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So miracle seeds, flax seeds are showing up in all sorts of foods, including bread, cereal, pasta, yogurt, salad dressing, and soup. So the latest seed is chia, which comes from the same plant that gives us chia pets. Is that also like chia head?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, added bonus.
Awesome. Both seeds are promoted as a top source of omega-3, the good fats, linked to heart and brain health. Well, see any problems here?
Well, flax seeds, I guess, are not the best source of omega-3s, as they say. It's not a reliable source of omega-3s. Potency is much weaker compared to what you'll find in fish. This is from the author of the Ultimate Omega-3 Diet.
Yeah.
But I used to get the stuff with the hemp seed, and
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty tasty. But, I mean, it's not something that's going to dramatically affect your health, one way or the other, I don't think.
Yeah, and this is the reason why I switched. I used to take flaxseed oil a while back, and then I switched to fish oil as far as supplements because it says here only a small percentage of the omega-3 in plant sources gets converted into the most beneficial form once you eat it, and that's the omega-3
Mm-hmm.
fatty acids. So I would stick with fish oils to get your omega-3s, but it does say here that it says bottom line, enjoy flax and chia seeds if you like the taste, but don't let them distract you from eating more omega-3 rich fish or incorporating a variety of seeds, nuts, whole grains, fruits, and vegetables into your diet. I actually get the flax seed meal. I do like the taste of flax, and it is pretty healthy. I mean, you look at the balance of what's in it. It's high in good fats, and it's got protein and some carbs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll mix it with different things. Like I'll mix it with my yogurt or mix it with, whatever I'm eating.
Little dabble do ya. Yeah, it's a pretty good recommendation there, I'd say.
Yeah.
So the last one, kind of esoteric. I don't hear much of this. Organic agave nectar. Blue agave is the title of this product. They wrote, the claim is that scores of new foods and beverages boast about the lack of refined sugar, yet they contain natural sweeteners, such as agave nectar or evaporated cane juice. The new darling of natural foods, agave nectar is sold as a syrup for home use and claims to be diabetic-friendly with anti-inflammatory and immune-boosting properties. Well, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because a carb is a carb is a carb. And as they say here, why it's overrated, there is no real difference. The body treats all of these sugars the same way, says Liz Applegate, who teaches nutrition at the University of California at Davis.
And she was my nutrition professor in college. So
how about that?
There's some credibility.
World.
Yeah.
You taught her everything she knows, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of going against a lot of what she taught because, I mean, she was actually pretty good for as far as being in the mainstream. She gets quoted a lot in Runner's World, and a lot of the mainstream sources pick her up. But it was still based on a lot of the old research. And, of course, I was in college many years ago now, but we were still learning about how fat was bad. And a lot of the class revolved around counting calories. We had this project where we had to keep track of everything we ate and count up our calories. And it was just ridiculous because I was swimming at the time. And I was taking the class with a bunch of swimmers, and we were coming out with like 4,000, 5,000 calories a day. And I mean, just ridiculous amounts. And of course, we were all like rail thin, so it didn't really matter.
Carb burning machines.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I was probably eating 70% of my diet from carbohydrates. So
yeah, she said even the wholesome sounding fruit juice concentrate is basically equivalent to table sugar. Agave nectar may come from the same cactus-like plant that gives us tequila, but the refined sugar is similar to the oft-maligned high-fructose corn syrup. The terminology of evaporated cane juice came under fire this year because the name falsely suggests the sweetener is juice. It's dried sugar cane, just like table sugar. Sugar is sugar, the bottom line says. All forms are virtually the same and should be consumed in moderation.
So which would be worse, a couple shots of tequila or a couple tablespoons of agave nectar?
Well, don't they make a tequila drink that has sugar in it? I think that'd be the best, wouldn't it?
Oh, like a tequila popper?
Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
Why not? Double your fun, right?
Double your pleasure, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that sugar probably is a little bit worse for you than the alcohol, but of course alcohol does affect the brain, so
Yep.
Not so healthy. But anyway, yeah, it's important to watch out for sugars that are not called sugar. Even though they're natural, it basically converts to sugar in your bloodstream, and you need insulin to process that. And the insulin is responsible for storing the fat and keeping the fat stored.
Right.
So the more sugar you eat, the less weight you're ever going to lose.
Yeah, and this is all moderation too, because like I put honey on things, but I don't do a lot of it, and I don't eat honey by itself because it's like, what's the point?
Well, I do that when I have low blood sugar.
Oh, yeah, that's
type
right.
1 diabetes. So
yeah.
I've been known to imbibe from the honey jar directly.
Yeah.
And I just picked up some buckwheat honey recently, which is a little bit different in taste than the wildflower honey that I had been consuming.
Yeah, it is different. I have some of that myself.
Yeah, and the weird thing about it is when you squeeze it in your mouth from the little bear jar, it has this lingering little strip of honey that hangs down. It doesn't really want to let go.
Wait, you got the bear jar? I got the actual jar where you have to put a spoon in there.
No. I do the bear jar. That way you can just squeeze it.
Where did you find that?
At Whole Foods.
Oh.
And then at Henry's is where I got the wildflower honey.
Oh, okay.
So.
Cool.
Anyway, it takes a little bit more maneuvering to squeeze it in your mouth with the buckwheat as opposed to wildflower. Just a heads up for you folks out there who want to get those antioxidants out of the honey.
Yeah, that's a good tip.